same principle really. We just have three components. In this case, we have our sodium nitrate, we have our insulin, and then we have our solvent. In this case, the solvent is ethanol. So let's try like we did before. Where did I put my pen? Oh dear, it's disappearing. So, and again, I need to be able to see what I'm trying to draw. I'm mixing two streams. So again, I want a little box. I want one stream entering and another, and then I want a stream exiting. And we just put in our information. So for stream 1, we know that, okay, top stream, yeah, whatever. Stream 1 contains 23% of sodium nitrate and 15% insulin, and the balance of, not water, sorry, ethanol. For stream 2, I know that it contains 13% sodium nitrate, no insulin, and the balance of, again, not water, why do I want to keep saying water, of ethanol. Oh, and while I remember, go. And what else do we know? Well, we know that 130 kilograms of this one has to enter, and we know that 100 kilograms of this one has to enter, and all of that ends up in stream 3, which will have some percentage of, what shall we call that, XNA, some percent of sodium nitrate, some percentage of insulin, and the balance water. Okay, similar to before, we can create a mass balance around this entire system and say, well, stream 1 plus stream 2, I can't even write, stream 1 plus stream 2 has to be equal to stream 3, and again, doing it by hand, quick math, 130 and 100, I must have 230 kilograms exiting over here. Then I could do it for sodium nitrate, I could do it for insulin, it doesn't really matter, but we'll just go through both of them. Insulin is very easy, it only enters in one stream over here. It's 15% of 130. 15, oh, where am I typing now? Hang on. Calculator. 15% of 130. That means that the mass of insulin, not the percentage, the mass over here of insulin will be 19.5. And if I want to know the percentage, I take 19.5 and I divide it by the total mass. So I take 19.5 divided by 230. If I do that, I get approximately 0.085 if we round off. So that was my insulin. I can do the same for sodium nitrate. 23% from this stream, so 23 or 0.23 times 130. So I have 29.9 kilograms entering in that stream. In the other stream, I have, that must be 13 kilograms. So in total, I'll have, oh dear Lord, 42, where can I write that? We are just gonna remove this and write it down here. So total, we're gonna have 42.9 kilograms. And again, 42.9 kilograms divided by 230 gives us 18%. Okay? So that's how you would solve that mass balance by hand. At this point, we know all of the masses and we know all of the compositions and everything is fine. I haven't calculated the water for all of them, but that's basically just taking, let's do it for the final stream, 1 minus the 0.085 minus the 0.18. So that means for the water over here, I would have a percentage of water of, what did I say, 0. 0.73 yes, the stream will be saved so you can watch it later. It might take a little while because I think I'll split it up so you have assignment 1, assignment 2. But yes, you can rewatch this at a later date. So that's basically how you would solve it by hand. Now onto our favorite tool in the engineering box. We need to solve it in Excel as well. I'm gonna fire up a new sheet. Oh, and also for all of my students' information, I don't know if we have strangers watching. If so, welcome. But I will be putting up all of the Excel sheets that I create during my streams. I'll put them up on It's Learning so you can get them from there as well. But on to solving this lovely thing. Again, I have 3 streams. There we go. In this case, I have 3 components. So I have sodium nitrate, I have insulin, I have ethanol, and I then have my total. And just because I'm lazy, I'm gonna cheat and say like that. So I have my total, I have my components, and then we just have to type in the information we're given. So in the top stream, we have 23% of this one, 15% of that one. In the bottom stream, we have no insulin. We have 13% sodium nitrate. And for the, I have to do it right, for the rest here, we just subtract the sum of all of the others. Why do I do the sum? Because when we have 20 components, it's much easier than having to go that cell minus that, minus that, minus that, and click all the way through. So here I just sum up all of the others. There we go. And fill it down. And actually we can fill it down to there. So these two, no, oh dear. These two, no idea what my composition is gonna be. The total mass, well, I know I have 130 kilograms of that, 100 kilograms of that. Bugger idea what will be there. And finally here, again, I can take my total with $sign in front of the letter, multiplied it by the composition of sodium nitrate, and I just want to fill it right and down. And all of these are now determined by what is in the different cells over here. Just so we can all see what's going on, I'm gonna do what I'm not allowed to do and write my equations someplace else. So down here, I have unit 1, and we can actually, just for the fun of it, let's write the system balance as well. So for my unit 1, let's jump back to the drawing. I have stream 1 and stream 2 are entering, stream 3 is exiting. So that's the equation I want to type in. In case some of you are not entirely sure what I'm doing in Excel, let's just try, where do we have it? Here. So basically I have the equation that says the total mass of stream 1 plus the total mass of stream 2 has to be equal to the total mass of stream 3. Excel doesn't handle this type of equation that easily, so I'm going to use a small trick and say, well, if I take the right hand side and subtract it from the left hand side, so if I say stream 1 plus stream 2 minus stream 3, if these values are all correct, that should give me a 0. So you'll see I do that all the time with equations in Excel, and that's just to streamline my workflow when I'm using Excel, basically saying all of my equations, whenever I have any equations, they have to be 0. If they're 0, that means that my system is solved and everything is as I want it to be. So let's look at our first unit. We wanted stream 1 plus stream 2 minus stream 3. And we can see right now it gives me 230. Why? Because I have no value here, so we already know this is not balanced. And I'm just gonna fill that to the right so that it uses First sodium nitrate, insulin, ethanol, and then we're happy. Now, just for the fun of it, we're going to do the system as well. We go back to, there we have the drawing. So for unit 1, stream 1 plus 2 minus 3. For the entire system, there's only one unit, so it's stream 1 plus 2 minus 3. So not very interesting, because it's gonna be exactly the same equation, and I can't use the equations anyways, because if you recall, if we set it up like this, if I want to remove all of my dependent equations, a quick and dirty way, remove the bottom row, remove the outermost column. There are more details to it later on, but for now, remove the bottom, remove the one furthest to the right. That leaves me with 3 equations. I have 3 unknowns. That means 0 degrees of freedom. If I set it up correctly, I should be able to solve this. So let's jump over to our solver. And again, I'm gonna pick one of them. So first equation, value of 0. What constraints do I have? Well, I would like the other 2 independent equations to be equal to 0. And finally, what can Excel change? Those 3 lovely things. 3, everything looks fine. With a bit of luck, Excel finds a solution, and we can see everything seems to be balanced. Actually, let me just check. I did make these ahead of schedule. So where do I have the correct one? Oh dear, I must have mixed something up. Why is it? Hang on. Here we go. 230. Yes, everything checks out. And if we want to, we can look what we got here. We said 18%, 8.5%, 73%. What did we end up with? Where is it? 18%, 8.5%, 73%. Yeah,